What do you do with a finished MOC after the series is done? All the content has been made and the dust settles. Do you display it, break it, sell it? One thing I have started doing is analyzing my MOCs and looking for what could have been improved on or changed to make that MOC better and to help me improve for the next one. What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for another episode of 5 Things I Would Change. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things I would change about my latest Lego Star Wars MOC, the Battle of Jabiim. Quick disclaimer before I get into the video. This video is in no way me saying, oh, my MOC sucks, or hating on it, or wishing it could have been better. This is simply just an opportunity to look at the finished product, analyze it, show you guys what could have changed, what could have been different, what I would have liked to have done now that I've seen it finished and can see everything together, and what I can use moving forward. With that out of the way, let's see what I would change. All right, the first thing I would change is probably something that a lot of you guys would agree with me or have on your own lists, and that is the Ravine. So this was one of the first sections I built on the MOC, and I had big plans for it. I was going to have like a little battle down here, or I was thinking about maybe having some ladders up on this side with some droids or Nimbus commandos or even clones just trying to scale to get up here and kind of flank this battle. And then I finished it and nothing happened. Like I put some plants in and this little sand horn and kind of forgot about it. What happened is I didn't want to build this section too soon, and I didn't want to like put all my focus on it, because I was getting excited about it. I was like, oh, I got to finish building the MOC first, and then I'll come back here. And then I put all of the minifigures down on the battle, and because I hadn't really finished planning or hadn't really put any more thought into this section, I realized all of my minifigures were up here and there was nothing that I could do down here. So if I were to do anything, I'd have to take from these minifigures, and the battle and the story was kind of being told already at this point. And so it didn't really feel like there was a natural way I could include Nimbus commandos or droids down here without kind of messing up what was going on up here. Basically, the MOC had been finished and it was too late to go back and put something in here that I really felt excited about and felt like was actually adding to the story, because obviously I could have just placed some minifigures. So looking back now, I definitely would have liked to have included some ladders here or some rope bridges. I think those would have looked cool and been fun to build with some Nimbus commandos, scaling the side, trying to get in behind the clones, maybe take down one of the ATRTs or something. So I guess my takeaway from this section would be don't wait until the last minute to plan out certain sections of the MOC. Like if you're excited about it and you really want to put something there, take the time to figure out what you're going to do. And the second thing I would change is very small but very significant, and that would be altering this Alto Stratus minifigure. So the actual minifigure had more dark tan hair, closer to what you see on his face printing, that beard and eyebrows. I ended up getting this tan hair piece, and that all happened because I waited until literally the last week to put this Alto Stratus minifigure together. I kind of same thing with the Ravine. I had this general idea of what I wanted to do. I was like, I've got time. I'll figure it out later. And then the deadline came and I didn't have the time to, test out the right parts and minifigure pieces, because I was also going to use this sweet Doctor Strange cloak for Alto Stratus, but the issue I ran into was if I were to put the cloak on, I wouldn't be able to put this hair piece on. So if I had more time, I could have, maybe worked out something better. Change number 3 has to do with this base, and that would be changing the color of this little roof right here from dark tan to brown. I didn't notice until after I had already finished, but the roof is brown, not dark tan. This isn't a big deal, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't change it, is because I didn't want to take the time to find these parts in brown, just because I figured it might be a little bit more difficult to get brown tiles, and I just didn't want to spend more money on that section, and they were already in. But I think changing these to brown would add a really cool pop of color and would help contrast with the base nicely. It's just all one solid color, which kind of washes it out. The fourth thing I would change is up here on top. So this one wouldn't actually have been so much changing something as adding something. If you guys remember one of my thumbnails, I think it was like week 13 or something, I built a little sniper's nest up here, and that was actually supposed to be a permanent feature of this MOC. I built this cool little portable cover with some cloth and some random bricks, and it was supposed to sit on top of the clone trooper like this. And then I had that camouflage net that I showed you guys in a previous update that was going to hang off the back. I ran out of studs, so I wasn't able to use the camo net, but I still wanted to include this, and I just completely forgot. I was using it in a different MOC, my Order 66 MOC, and I just completely forgot to take it out and put it back on here until it was too late. Now, the fifth And a final thing I would have changed / added is in the ground floor of the base. And funny enough, it's actually another thing I forgot to put in. I was supposed to have another wall of computers or instruments or just something right here. And for some reason, I just completely spaced. You can see it's just a blank wall with nothing there. This isn't a huge deal and like doesn't really affect the overall story of the MOC, but I just felt like this interior deserved better, and I kind of dropped the ball there because, the other side is populated and I have the detailing on the base floor, and then I just left one side completely blank. Those are the 5 things I would change about my Lego Star Wars MOC, The Battle of Jabiim. A lot of them were pretty small and maybe seemingly insignificant, maybe even a little bit nitpicky to some of you, but it's good to see these things and recognize these things to learn for the future. So now, I can remember to pay more attention to the proper of color things to help with color contrasting and not washing things out. Remember to plan sections and not procrastinate it. Make sure I have a plan for what I'm doing with the minifigures. That wraps up this video. Don't forget to let me know what you thought about these 5 things, if you agreed with them, or if there's anything else you would change, and I'll catch you guys next time. But until then, happy building.